Welcome to ATM's Academy. And I think your long search for quality education is over and great moments begin now. I'm 100% sure that it will be a life-changing exercise to be part of the ATM's Academy. So let me introduce to you the Corporate Ready course, which has been a blockbuster hit so far. So my dear girls, boys, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to introduce to you to this wonderful world called the corporate universe. We will be teaching you some very powerful lessons in this Corporate Ready course. First of all, we will be teaching you business etiquette. Things which no B school has taught before, no college has taught before, no teachers have taught you before. We shall discuss with you business etiquettes with our own expertise and experience of having run 3 corporates so far. We will be teaching you how to conduct impactful meetings and be a wonderful participant. Let us imagine our situation when we are in this mighty grand corporate, huge building, lovely interiors, great teams, thousands of people as employees. And then we are sitting there doing a meeting and then we are dead silent. Your boss will be okay with you for the first meeting. If you are quiet, he'll think she's just settling down. But then after some time, if you're going to be silent for 3 consecutive meetings, they would regard you a waste of time. They will feel your presence in that meeting is futile. And we don't want to be this way. We want to be people whose presence has an underline, isn't it? So we want to be people who are wanted, whose voices are indispensable. We want an electric presence, and hence we feel it is important to get trained before we arrive at this situation. And then of course, every corporate is looking for customers. And when you happen to face these customers, how do you handle customers? And how do you manage relationships with customers? How to sell responsibly to your customers? How can you be an employee who can produce results for customers? A person who your customers will love, and hence your corporate is proud of you. So let us get a little bit of training on customer handling. Apart from this, one fine Friday morning, your boss might hand you over a letter and say, "You know what, I'm delighted to inform you that you are upgraded, you are promoted, you are now a team leader." And you say, "Wow, this is great. But I have never been trained to be one. I don't know how to be a team leader. I don't know how to motivate a team. And I don't know how to stay motivated even if I have a flat team." Right? So this is what we would be training you with. Now, there is no company in the world which is not selling. Everybody is selling something. So how do you go about sales and marketing? What do you do pre-sales, during sales, and post-sales? Nobody teaches us this. We just are told to go and speak to customers. And sometimes we get baffled. We really don't know what to do because nobody taught us. And it's not something like a theoretical chapter in a textbook. This has to be taught with passion and with lots of experience, because marketing, let me tell you, is the live wire of a corporate. No matter how large your building is, how wonderful your president is, how wonderful your CEO is, and how many thousands of employees you may have, you will go bust if you have no customers. Customers are the fixed deposit or the treasure of a company. And if you want them, you better be bothered to know how to handle them and how to get them. So we need to train you on this particular aspect. Then, if your boss wants to be enhancing brand visibility and he's struggling on his own, and if you can contribute to this exercise, he will feel, "Wow, look at this little genie I have in my team who is working on my brand's visibility." Okay, so now everything is fine. Let's say we get the business. So business percolates to revenue, and then there are costs. Costs versus revenue. How do you manage this? How do you budget expenses and costs? And how do you run a company with a nice and fat bottom line? We will teach you. Because at the end of every month or every quarter or every year, your boss is going to sit with you and ask you, so how much is that bottom line? So it all percolates to the bottom line, because again, if we have no bottom lines, we cannot salvage our people and we cannot give them all an honorable life. So we need to work on this as a training as well. And then you have presentation basics, how to make powerful presentations. Everybody is a great speaker, but there has to be a little bit of fine tuning, a little bit of expertise given, a little bit of training before you could face an audience. Be very confident and speak from within. You know what I mean by speak from within? We shouldn't be reading from a paper. When you really mean what you're speaking, then it comes from within. And how to make such impactful presentation, no matter how big the audience, we should be able to speak from within and express our emotions explicitly and get to the audience in few minutes. So how can we do this? We will be teaching you. Now you have a big hierarchy in every organization. So how to manage interpersonal relationships at workplace? How do you manage these relationships? How far do we go? We have team members, we have bosses, we have supervisors. How do we manage? We will teach you about this. And then, of course, all of us will be paid in these corporates, big salaries and small. And sometimes there comes a good time when there are appraisals, isn't it? Appraisals is a lovely word. And sometimes you're very happy. So how do we go and tell your boss, thank you, sir, I'm so touched with what you did for me? This will be a wonderful moment for the boss, because he thought of you, he thought you deserve the best. And there has been a team which worked on your appraisals. And the HR team has been working night and day on these appraisals. And you need to go and say that thank you. And how do you say this? At times, there are times when we feel, this is not right. I'm not happy with this. I think I deserve more. So in such conditions, how do we go and express, I think this could have been better? How is this possible? How do we tell him this? So there should be some minimal training so that our emotions, our outbursts are fine lined and well structured, so that the boss feels this person is chiseled to perfection and she fits in my corporate tapestry. This has to be taught. Sometimes it's painful to see, even after 20 years, somewhere that corporate finish is lacking, right? This is because nobody worked hard. CEOs remain in their chairs. Chairmen remain in their chairs. Directors remain in their chairs. Students are continuing their long struggle and search for these kind of quality trainings. So I decided that ATM's Academy will act as a very, very powerful platform to give you quality education, so that you emerge a very successful, dynamic personality in the corporate world. There should be every part of this world, and the emotions need to be trained, so that when it comes out, we are able to know what to say and how to react. Today's world has several opportunities. So does this mean that every single month we say change our jobs? So what is it? Is it loyalty or is it job jumping? How do we take a call on this? If we get an email on a Monday morning saying, you know what, I'm giving you a job with 20% raise on your current scales, do we immediately pack our bags and jump away? Is this fine? Is this right on your boss? Is this right to the corporate that you belong? So how do we take these decisions? So let me tell you how this works. So during our course, every single issue which might come during your corporate journey, you will be trained for, so that you will definitely be a proud member, and the boss who selected you will be very happy with his decision for having taken you or hired you forever. Thank you. My dear ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, let's think no further. Register for this program and upgrade brand you. All of us love brands. What about brand you? Okay, so Canon is beautiful, iPhones are beautiful, Microsoft is beautiful. Did you ever think about brand you? Do you fit in the corporate world? So let's make this decision today. Enroll now. Thank you very much and all the best.